The voice beneath my bed. When I was 9, I started hearing the whisper. It wasn't loud, just a soft, steady hum that slid into my dreams after midnight. At first, I thought it was the wind scraping against my window. But then it started saying my name. Eli 3, come down here. Every night. Always around 3:07 a.m. I told my parents, but they laughed it off. Nightmares, my dad said, tapping the bed frame. You just have an active imagination. But the whisper knew things. It told me where my missing toys were, what my mom was cooking the next morning, even what my teacher was going to say in class. It wasn't guessing. It knew. One night, curiosity won. I leaned over the side of my bed, peering into the black gap beneath it. My flashlight flickered, dim yellow, and then died completely. In the pitch dark, I heard breathing. Not my own. Wet, rasping, too close. I can see you too now, Eli. I screamed, jumped onto the bed, and pulled the covers over my head. I didn't sleep again that night. The next morning, I found a long scratch running along the wooden floorboards, starting under the bed and ending right where my feet usually touched the ground. My mom said it was probably the dog. We didn't have a dog. Weeks passed. The voice grew bolder. Sometimes it laughed. Sometimes it cried. Sometimes it mimicked my dad's voice. Once, I woke up to my mother standing in the doorway, staring at me. But when I blinked, she was gone, and I heard the whisper from under the bed again, giggling. By the time I turned 12, I'd moved my bed to the center of the room. I stopped sleeping. Then, one night, the whisper changed. It wasn't coming from below. It was coming from inside the bed. From the mattress. I pressed my ear against it, trembling. The whisper was clearer than ever. It's your turn now, Eli. I've been waiting long enough. The bed moved. The mattress breathed. Hands, cold, rotten, broke through the fabric, clutching my arms, pulling me down into the darkness. When my parents found my room the next morning, the sheets were soaked in something black and sticky. The floor beneath the bedboards was split open, like something had crawled up from underneath. They never found me. But sometimes, at 3:07 a.m., my mother swears she hears a voice whispering from under my brother's bed. Come down here. Part 2, The Brother's Turn. It's been 5 years since Eli vanished. Mom says he ran away, but I've seen her eyes when she says it, the kind of empty that only comes from someone trying not to remember. Dad boarded up Eli's room. No one goes in there anymore. But I hear things. Every night at 3:07 a.m. At first, it was soft, a creak, a shuffle under the floorboards. But last night, I heard whispering. And it said my name. Aaron. Aaron, it's cold down here. It was Eli's voice. I told Mom. She slapped me. Told me never to say his name again. That night, I pressed my ear against the wooden floor. And I swear, I heard knocking from underneath the house. 3 knocks. Pause. 3 more. Like something trapped. Counting. I couldn't stop thinking about it. The next night, I grabbed a flashlight and went into Eli's room. The door creaked open like it hadn't been touched in years. The air smelled like wet dirt and old metal. His bed, the one he disappeared on, was still there, but the mattress was gone. Only splintered wood remained. Right in the center was a dark hole, roughly human-sized, covered with a thin wooden board. Something had scratched words into the wood. Still here. I thought it was a prank. Until I heard breathing from below. I should have run. I should have screamed. But I lifted the board. The smell hit me first, sweet and rotting, like fruit left in the sun too long. Then my flashlight flickered, and I saw eyes. Hundreds of them. blinking in the dark, just below the dirt. And from all of them, one voice spoke, low, whispering, trembling with hunger. He let me out. Now it's your turn to let me in. The hole moved. The floorboards rattled. The light went out. And in that pitch-black void, I felt fingers brush my ankle, wet, skeletal fingers. Don't fight it, the voice said. It hurts less if you don't scream. But I did. I screamed so loud that the windows shattered. And when my parents ran in, I was gone. Now the police say my parents are missing too. The house stands empty, except for the whisper. Every night at 3:07 a.m., neighbors say they hear 3 knocks, and a voice from under the floor saying, "Your turn." Part 3, The New Family. The house on Willow Creek Road sat empty for years, windows boarded, grass choking what used to be a front yard. No one wanted it. Until the Harpers moved in. They were quiet people, a young couple and their 7-year-old daughter, Mia. The agent never mentioned what happened to the boys before. He only said, "It's an old house. Be careful with the floors." The first night. Mia loved her new room. It was the one with faded blue wallpaper and a wooden floor that groaned like an old man when she ran across it. Her parents tucked her in, kissed her goodnight, and closed the door. At 3:07 a.m., Mia woke up. Someone was knocking, 3 slow, patient taps, from underneath the floor. She giggled. "Hello?" she whispered, leaning over the side of her bed. A pause. Then, a voice, soft, kind, almost musical. "Hi, Mia, you dropped your teddy under the bed." But her teddy was already in her arms. Still, she looked anyway. Nothing. Just darkness. The whispers. Over the next week, the knocking grew louder. Sometimes, the voice hummed lullabies she'd never heard before. Sometimes, it repeated her mother's words from earlier that day, word for word. Her parents thought she was playing games. They told her to stop talking to the floor. That night, the house hummed, deep, low, like something breathing through the walls. Mia pressed her ear to the floor and whispered, "Who are you?" The voice replied, "We are the ones who wait. Do you want to see where the whispers live?" The trapdoor. On Sunday, while her parents unpacked boxes downstairs, Mia followed the sound to a small, warped board under her bed. She tapped it. The knock came back, 3 times. She smiled and pried it loose. Cold air drifted up. A narrow staircase spiraled down into dirt and blackness. At the bottom, she saw the faint glow of something moving, like a reflection of eyes on glass. "Come play," said the voice. "Bring the light." She took a step down. Then another. The final entry. A week later, the Harpers were gone. No sign of struggle. No forced entry. Just a note, pinned to the front door in a child's handwriting. "We're playing under the house now. It's fun here. There's room for more." The police sealed off the property. But the neighbors still swear that every night, at 3:07 a.m., lights flicker in the basement window. And if you listen closely, you can hear a little girl's voice whispering through the floorboards. "It's your turn now."